Hey guys, welcome. This is Unit 1. In Unit 1, I received some emails from students mentioning that they were having some issues or they were facing some challenges when using Wireshark that they couldn't solve. So the goal here is not to actually go step by step, find a step by step solution, but to show you how you can use our labs and the instructions that we have in our labs to make it more understandable. Okay, so I'm here, as you can see. I have here our first lab, and obviously we'll always have a before you begin, an introduction. The before you begin is basically explaining how the JBL Cloud Labs work. Then you have an introduction to the specific lab, in this case an introduction to Wireshark, which is the app that we are going to use here. And then finally we have our section 1 hands-on demonstration. Okay, in section 1 we start with part 1, explore Wireshark. Okay, so you have here some explanation as far as the topology, the IP address, and in case you need, you have the username and password. But as you can see, once you launch your lab, you are already logged in, right? So this should not be a concern. This is just in case you log out, okay? Now here we are using a V workstation desktop. There is also an explanation here of the topology. There is more than one single virtual environment, but for the Wireshark we are going to use this specific virtual machine here, which is called the V workstation desktop. Okay, so basically it's telling you that here you should find in the desktop environment, you should find the Wireshark icon or the shortcut, and then you need to double click it there. Okay, in the main screen of Wireshark, it includes details about the current capture configuration, as you can see here. Okay, so you obviously, if you are new to Wireshark, this may be quite challenging for you understanding all the information that you can see here, that you can find here. But basically it will, as you can see, it will explain to you what it does here. Okay, so basically what it does is you have the chance to open a previous capture that you already have. So basically you have to understand what Wireshark does. Wireshark is a traffic capture solution. What it does is all the traffic that is passing through your network interface card, your computer's network interface card, or the computer that is running Wireshark, is capable of capturing that traffic, even if the traffic does not have the Wireshark machine as the final destination. And once you capture that traffic, you can analyze the traffic that was captured, and you can also save that capture for a further analysis. Okay, for an analysis in a later moment. And this is what you have here. You have some files here that you can always go back to them and analyze. So again, this is nothing more than the capture, a file that saved the traffic at a specific moment in the past. Okay, and here you have some configuration available to define, that you can use in order to define how this capture, how this analysis or traffic capture is going to work. As you can see, this machine here has many network interface cards. Okay, at some moment here you're going to see that it will tell you to perform a capture using your student interface. So this machine has the local area connection 8, the student interface, the LAN 10 interface. It also has the LAN 9 interface, okay, TrueLab, and some other network interface cards here. Okay, so what it means is, let's say that I select student. what's going to happen is it will only show me the traffic, the packets that are going to or leaving my student interface, okay? Only the traffic that involves my student interface card, okay? And then you're going to see the traffic as it is captured, and you can perform that analysis. So let's take a look at what it asks us to do here. The main screen of Wireshark includes details about the current capture configuration. From this screen, analysts can select common filters from the top-down menu, this one over here. There will be a moment that you will also be asked to do this. So if you perform a capture, what it's going to do is it will basically show you all the traffic that it was capable of capturing, okay? Now, the problem is, especially in a corporate environment, there's going to be too much traffic, too many packets being captured, which will make your analysis more difficult. What you can do is you can start applying filters. So an example of a filter would be, let's say that you only want to analyze email exchange, okay? Well, email exchange involves a specific port, network port 25, port 143, port 110, port 445, whatever the case might be, okay? So you can apply a filter that will only display to you all the traffic is being captured, but it will only display to you the traffic that matches the filter that you applied. Obviously, you have to know how to establish these filters here. The good thing here is that at some point here, one of the exercises is it will show you how to apply a specific type of filter, okay? Or type a custom filter, so you can click the drop-down menu here, okay? And then you select the kind of filter that you want to apply, or you can actually type the filter using a specific format, okay? Command format to apply that filter. Your welcome screen may not match the figure below, so what it's saying is maybe you're going to see something here that does not exactly match what you see here on the right-hand side, which is perfectly fine as long as you can see this screen over here, okay? Now it has a note here explaining that you may see some different stuff if you are not running Wireshark in this virtual environment in our labs, okay, in our cloud labs. It will, or the JBL labs, okay? You're going to see different network interface card names here, for example, okay? In the capture section of the Wireshark window, click the student interface, as I mentioned, to select the correct interface for the internal lab network. Okay. Then from the Wireshark menu bar, click capture. So if the menu bar here is this bar up here, it's telling you to first click on student, then click capture. Okay. Then select options. Okay, from the menu to open the capture interfaces dialog box. There it is. Okay. So observe that you just need to follow the steps as they are described here. Number 4, in the capture interface dialog, right? Dialog box, confirm that the enable promiscuous down here, enable promiscuous mode on all interfaces checkbox is checked. So you just need to make sure that this is checked over here. Promiscuous mode enable Wireshark to capture packets destined to any host on the same subnet or virtual local area network, or VLAN. Without this option selected, Wireshark would capture only packets to and from this specific virtual machine. So it's basically explaining to you why this option here is so important. If you do not check this checkbox here, only the packets that are destined to your student interface or leaving sent from the student interface will be listed. Okay, that's not what we want. We want to analyze all all traffic that passes through this interface here. Okay. 5, from the Wireshark toolbar, click the capture button. Okay. the blue shark fin to start the capture. Okay? So you can either do that, go here and start, or let me stop it here. You can start by simply clicking the shark fin over here. There it is. Okay? And that will start the capture. Now, you will not see too much traffic here at the moment. Okay? But probably when you first start, you're going to see NBNS, DNS, which are name resolution. Okay, we do see here some ICMP traffic, which is exactly what it will ask you to generate. Okay, so just to summarize, what it will do here in part 1.6 is it will ask you to open your to open the command prompt, and then you will, so it wants you to open the command prompt and do the, hold on, let me expand it here. There it is. So it's asking you to open the command prompt, and then you want to ping this IP address over here. Ping 172.38.0.1. That is going to generate more traffic in Wireshark over here. Okay. So, and then again, the idea, once you have done that, okay, you want to make sure that you type exit here. So again, ping 172 dot, what is it? I think it's 38. Oh, 30 dot, oops, dot 0.1. Okay. You then type exit to close the command prompt, and you go back to Wireshark over here. Okay, now here you're going to see that here it is. Okay, that traffic, that ICMP traffic has been generated. Okay, that is the goal, is to show you how Wireshark will list the traffic that is being transmitted. Okay, now I am going to stop the capture here. From here on, what it will ask you to do is to perform an analysis of these packets that were captured. Okay, so obviously you want to perform a step-by-step analysis and following all the instructions that are listed here. Okay, so exploring Wireshark, it will actually tell you exactly what you're supposed to do. Okay, now again, you just need to follow the instructions that are here. But just to give you a simple example, let's say that I want to analyze the ICMP traffic, one of the ICMP packets that was sent from my machine 172.30.0.2 to the machine 172.30.0.1. This is a ICMP echo request, which is a ping. And then we have the 172.30.0.1. That's the machine that I sent the ICMP packet to, responding to my machine 172.30.0.2 with also a ICMP, but this time is a ICMP echo reply, which is the PONG, the response to the ping. Okay, but let me just select the first one here. Okay, and then I am going to reduce the size of this top window here, the top frame. Here, when I click, so observe that I'm clicking the other packet here, and now I'm going to go back to this one. Observe down here, I have this frame, this packet broken down. according to the TCP/IP stack. These are the protocols involved, okay? It starts with in layer 1 or layer 2 in the OSI, ISO OSI model, frame, inside my frame, my Ethernet protocol, right? I will have my internet protocol, my IP protocol, and encapsulated in the IP protocol, we have the ICMP protocol, okay? So this is the entire frame. The entire frame is broken down into these protocols: Ethernet, IP, and ICMP. If I want to analyze, for example, my IP header, I can expand by clicking this side arrow here, and it will describe, inform me with the header fields, the header content that I have in my IP header protocol, okay? And you can perform that analysis there. So that's what the lab is about. At the end, so again, there is a better explanation of the topology here. That's why you see the information that you see. This is the type of analysis that you're going to do, right? And then you're just going to follow the hands-on demonstration, section 1. Then you're going to have the section 2, applied learning, and finally section 3, challenge and analysis. In challenge and analysis, section 3, you will have to perform your own analysis. So in this situation, you are not going to simply follow instructions, okay? This is a challenge. This is the actual exercise. Basically, it will tell you how to generate the network traffic, okay? And then you generate that traffic and you perform the analysis according to the analysis that it wants you to perform, okay? So that's all that you need to do as far as the Wireshark analysis. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in our next seminar. Bye-bye.